Pam, 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 pam. Hey, of course, wherever you're tuning here, remember this is Afriq 24, Dimba Afriq. And of course, you're doing some of the post-match analysis. Where are you tuning from? Because today is a big day as you're going to analyze some of the matches that we had over the weekend. And from the grassroots up to the international level, whereby we saw our Kenya Harambee Starlets play against Morocco, whereby they settled for 2 to draw. So we are going to discuss all those here, and of course, in December 7, that is on Saturday, we are having the FKF general elections. Who's going to clinch the FKA presidency for this year? So we are going to discuss all those here in Afriq 24. To give you details about what is happening here, matters concerning sports. Don't forget that we are having. Don't forget that we are having a lot of concerning sports because Chelsea, Manchester City, Arsenal, they are played over the weekend. As you know, Chelsea has been doing good when Enzo Maresca took over from Mauricio Pochettino. We are going to discuss those. I have my good friend Mzeki Long is going to come here. Wesley Gili is going to join me here so that we can analyze these games in a good way. Don't forget that the Liverpool fans are always happy, but we know that Liverpool and Manchester City fans are just mere fans who just left their teams and they're going to come back to their original team. So we are hoping that Manchester City fans, after what we are witnessing, Manchester City struggling, they are going to come back stronger. But yesterday we saw in Anfield, where Manchester City was playing against Liverpool, where Liverpool fans were just chanting, "You are going to be sacked. You are going to be sacked early in the morning." But Pep Guardiola, in response, he said that he told them that he has won 6. In response, he said that I have won 6 Premier League titles with Manchester City. So the fans who were chanting, Pep Guardiola must be sacked, they were astonished. And of course, Pep Guardiola, I know he has a strategy and is going to give us one of the best performers before the end of January. So those who are saying that Pep must go, it is high time that you accept that Pep Guardiola is a very good coach, and Manchester City, they are going to perform in January. Wait and see. So yesterday, the fans from Liverpool were saying Pep must go. Where is Pep going? That is what we are asking. Where is Pep going? Chelsea, Arsenal, they are tying in terms of goal differences, in terms of points, everything they have, they share. So they are sharing points, goal differences, matches. Arteta, Enzo Maresca. At the top of the league, we have Arne Slot, who is the Liverpool coach. And yesterday, Liverpool clinched 2-0 win against Manchester City at Anfield. But of course, I am Mzalendo here. Mzalendo, he is a fan of Arsenal. Mzalendo, karibu sana. Utuambie Arsenal yako inaendeleaje kwanza? Mzalendo amepotea, anajua vizuri hawezi jibu hiyo maswali. That is why.
Hey, unasemaje? Halo? Unanisikia?
Nakusikia.
Ati unasema ati Arsenal yangu imefanya nini?
Ni mbovu sana, ndio maana wewe ulikuwa umepotea, umeingia nyasini.
Arsenal, si usome results ya hii weekend. Arsenal imecheza aje? Arsenal wamecheza aje?
Arsenal sasa, si hiyo ni timu yenye ilipigwa.
Sema results. Arsenal ni namba ngapi kwa league sahi?
Arsenal, they won yesterday. They won. Wako number 2.
Yeah, sema results. Usiogope kusema results ya team kubwa kama Arsenal. Usiogope kusema results. Usiogope. Arsenal walicheza aje?
They won on Saturday 5-2 against West Ham.
Rudia mara ya pili.
5-2 against West Ham. London derby.
Na Arsenal ni namba ngapi kwa league?
Number 3.
Arsenal number 3 ama ni number 2 kwa league?
Sasa si Chelsea ndio inakuja kwanza, wanashare kila kitu.
My friend, soma table vizuri vile table inasoma. Arsenal namba ngapi kwa league?
Number 2.
Mbona unadanganya watazamaji wako? Wewe kama ni fani wa Chelsea, semao ukweli
Arsenal iko
bwana.
number 2.
Arsenal
Number 1
ni
ni Liverpool, number 2
yes,
ni...
sasa unasema ni number 3 kwa nini na Arsenal number 2?
But they share
Namba
points
tatu
with
ni
Chelsea.
namba 3 ni nani?
Chelsea.
Kwa hivyo nani yuko mbele ya mwingine?
But there's no difference with goal difference. Hakuna difference
No,
yote.
kati ya Arsenal na Chelsea nani ndio yuko mbele?
Arsenal alphabetically.
Rudia tena. Arsenal.
Alphabetically.
Hakuna mambo ya alphabet, ni wewe table ukisema kuna kitu inaitwa goal difference na kuna kitu, hakuna mambo ya ati A inakuja mbele ya C. That is a lie. Sema Arsenal wako mbele ya Chelsea juu ya mabao zile wamefunga ama juu ya goal difference. So wewe kama fan wa Chelsea mko nyuma yetu. That is the thing. Uko nyuma yetu. So sisi tuko mbele yenyu. So league hivyo ndio league table inasomwa. Namba 5 ni nani kwa league saa hii? Inaitwa Man City. Man City. Hao ndio namba 5 kwa league. So inamaanisha hizi timu ziko mbele. The top 3 in the Premier League saa hii, Liverpool is number 1, Arsenal is number 2, Chelsea is number 3. Correct or wrong?
Correct.
The team leading in a number of goals between Arsenal and Chelsea is Arsenal is leading with many goals.
How many goals?
Wewe uko na table hapo hata uangalie bana.
They share goal difference. Zote ziko same.
So why is Arsenal leading?
Alphabetically tu ndio imewekwa hapo.
Wamesema ati wana lead alphabetically.
Yeah, hakuna kitu wameachana. Alphabetically, that is how Arsenal they are on top of Chelsea. But I think Zalendo is just yapping. He knows very well that Chelsea is giving a good game. But of course, that was just Zalendo trying to give us his opinions about the Premier League side. And of course, you know, Premier League is one of the best leagues that people follow here. And we know that things are not adding up in the right direction when it comes to Manchester City. Manchester City, they have been playing a good game, but still they are not giving what it entails. Where are you tuning from? So if you're following us for the first time, remember this is post-match analysis here, and this is Afriq 24. Where are you following us from? What is your team? How is your team performing in the Premier League? Chelsea, Manchester City, Arsenal, Aston Villa, Wolverhampton Wanderers, Newcastle. Here we are going to discuss all those, provided you have your team. Then we are going to give you those analysis here. You remember, all over the sudden, you know, on Saturday we are going to have FKF general elections that are going to happen, and we are going to discuss all those. We have members who have been selected to vie for presidency in the FKF. Currently, we have Nick Mwendo as the president of the FKF, and his deputy is Doris Petra. Petra will be running for the presidency, and Nick Mwendo to be his vice president. So it is a vice versa. We have the likes of Cleopa, we have Simanyola, we have Barry Otieno, we also have Hussein Mohammed together with McDonald Mariga. So those are the kind of members who are going to vie for FKA president. Because yesterday I was talking to one of the athletes and he told me that in Kenya, the moment we will fix athletics Kenya and the football Kenya Federation, then I think this is the only way we are going to move ahead when it comes to sports and also all matters that entails sports, because when it comes to athletics Kenya, they are complaining that things are not going in the right way. The National Olympics Committee of Kenya during the Paris Olympics 2024, it did not take place in making sure that all the athletes who went in the Miramas could get a place to train. So I got some of the information that was not revealed to the media, that a lot of things happened in the Miramas during the Paris Olympics 2024. And also, the Athletics Kenya is having a lot of problems. They have not ended the election today. I saw Niger, that is Ethiopia, they end their athletics elections, and now they have a new leader in their area. So a lot of things are happening, and athletics. We know on Saturday again. On Saturday we will be having the cross country, Tepsaita cross country, and we have a lot of leaders who have been chosen there. We also have a lot of athletes who have been chosen there. So I think this is the time that we should focus with making sure that our athletes in this country, our football in this country, and this only lies on who we have in the Athletics Kenya and also Football Kenya Federation. That is FKF. FKF, this is a board that should be investigated in the right way in this country. Football Kenya Federation. Who do you think is the best candidate to fit in this Football Kenya Federation? You can also share your views live here in Afriq 24. Athletics Kenya has been having a lot of problems. So I was talking to one of the athletes, and he told me that what we have in this country is lack of internal communication. Internal communication when it comes to matters concerning athletics. Internal communication when it comes to matters concerning football. Internal communication when it comes to the leadership. Our sports industry in this country is affected from top to the bottom. And if we don't have enough stakeholders, enough leaders are not competent with their work, I think we shall not even feature in the 2028 Los Angeles. You know, the next Olympics will be happening in the Los Angeles. So if we are not serious, we are not going to feature. You saw Kenya was struggling in the Paris Olympics. Our Kenya Malkia strikers, our Kenya Sujas, they never won anything. They were defeated. And that shows how our sports is being affected by the leaders, because they say that Athletics Kenya has not been competent when it comes to serving Kenya. They also say that athletics is not ensuring that all the athletes in this country are getting quality and free treatment. Some of the athletes, of course, I was talking to one of the athletes yesterday, and he told me that they have been struggling a lot to get into training camps. You know, in Kenya, we have Kasarani, which is being renovated. We have Nyayo National Stadium, which is being renovated. And there is nowhere where they can train for those who reside around Nairobi. So we are having a lot of problems when it comes to the sports. Yeah, you know, last weekend we were to host the Mashemeji Derby, which did not happen because we don't have stadium. We are still having problems in hosting Chan 2024. So Mzalendo, you are saying something before you disappeared.
Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Hey, I was saying that first of all, sorry because my network had a problem. I was saying Arsenal are playing very well this season, and we don't have many injuries this season. So we are among the top contenders of the league this season. And compare, because I know you are a Chelsea fan. Compared to Chelsea, Arsenal has got a more lethal squad that that is proving to be uh, that the team is proving to have a chemistry around. So when you compare how fluid Arsenal is and how inconsistent a team like Chelsea is, Chelsea cannot convert goals easily, but Arsenal can convert goals very, very easily. Our defense under Saliba and Gabriel is very, very is solid. So defensively, Arsenal is very, very good. In the midfield, we also bought a very good midfielder. So we are good in the midfield. So teams like Chelsea, they go on a spending spree to buy players like Nkonku, who has not played due to injury. So you find that Chelsea is building a very good squad. It has got a very highly paid players with very good potential, but the coach has yet to get the chemistry of the players. So Arsenal is a philosophy. Our team plays our game the way we want it. So Chelsea's coach is still building the squad. So in future, this is a team to watch. Chelsea. It is maybe next season they will have gotten their acts together. They'll be having a good squad, first starting 11, and a good bench because they have gone round on a buying spree. But let me go to to Liverpool. Liverpool have got their act together under the new coach. The new coach understands the philosophy and the dynamics of the players. Salah is doing so well what is expected to do. So Liverpool is at its top. It is the team to beat. But if you are among the big teams, Arsenal, Chelsea, and Man City, but Man City is at number 5. But I'm saying the top three. You need to know that the only big games, if you are up there, you are number 1 or number 2 or number 3, like Chelsea, you need to win against big teams like Arsenal. If you cannot win against big teams like Arsenal, then there is a problem. So you can win all the matches, but how you play against the big teams really matters. I'm waiting to see Chelsea facing the big teams. I'm waiting to see how Liverpool will handle bigger teams. So there is so much to talk about. It is too early to predict the direction of the league, but sometimes in January you could be able to now see the league shaping up to what we really expect. Yes, thank you.
Mzalendo alikuwa anatupatia maoni yake hapo kuhusu timu yake Arsenal, but mimi I'm not a fan of European football or European athletics. I just support it because you have to, but I have a lot of loyalty when it comes to Kenya because I think Kenya is our pride. Kenya is the biggest country in East Africa.
No, you have not asked any question about Kenya and football.
No,
So it's not that it's not.
I'm just trying to respond. Relax. I'm going to ask you a very big question. So I know you support with your heart Arsenal, but personally, I don't support European football. I support Kenyan football. If you tell me more about Kariobangi Sharks, Mara Sugar, Zoia, the effect, a lot of things happening in Kakamega boys, then I'll answer you. So we have on Saturday we have the FKF election. We have FKF elections on Saturday. Yeah. So the president who is going to be elected is going to take over from Big Mwendo, and his deputy, that is Doris Petra, she is going to vie as the president, and Nick Mwenda to be his vice. Zalena, of course, in this country we have been having problems from the stakeholders, FKF, Ministry of Sports, and both the FKF, that is Football Kenya Federation, and the Athletics Kenya, they have been struggling with finances, athletes, players getting a lot of issues from this top management. Who do you think is perfect person to lead Kenya in terms of football? Because on Saturday we have the Football Kenya Federation, the likes of, we have Barry Otieno, who is vying for the president. We have Doris Petra. We also have Hussein Mohammed together with Maringa. We have Cleophas Simanyula, who is still there, and also we have Samuel Wino Kempes. Who do you think is the best person to give us quality service in this Football Kenya Federation? I'll start with Alex.
Good evening, Bonnie. Can you hear me? Okay, so for me, first of all, I'd say anyone is better than Nick Mwendwa because we have seen what he has done for the number of years he has been there. Sports in general in Kenya has lagged behind. So from all those candidates, I'd say all of them are better than Nick Mwendwa, even though we are yet to see them in the seats. So, but for me, I think the best person who is Hussein Mohammed in partnership with Mariga. I think they edge it quite a bit comparing to the other contestants. Though I think the other contestants are also good in will be good in that position, but I think Mariga will bring out the Mariga has been a footballer. He understands the challenges that footballers face in Kenya. So I believe with him, people will feel like their issues will be met. So the two of them, Hussein, I like him because I think he will uphold integrity and he will try to bring change in football Kenya Federation. And Mariga, because of the aspect that he has been a footballer, so he can be able to try and cater to the challenges that footballers in Kenya are facing. So I believe those two people and both of them, it will be a partnership that will be formed on the basis of bringing change in the Kenyan football scene. So for me, that's a tick. The two of them.
Mzee Glong bana, tumekupotea sana hapa hivi katika Afriq 24 bana. Kwaje, tupatie opening remarks hapa.
Pole sana and apologies for being late. Mashughuli hapa na pale. But I'm happy to be here. And looking forward to having an amazing show. Thank you.
Yes, glad to have Mzee Glong here for the first time in this month, bwana. This is the December holiday, and of course, a lot of things are going to happen. But we have football, we have athletics. So of course, on Saturday, Glong, we have elections for the Football Kenya Federation.
Yeah.
Whereby we are going to get a new president. Nick Mwendwa, he has served for 8 years, but we have not seen any development, any changes. We are still struggling here. So of course, let's wait for the elections. Kilongo, sasa wewe unafikiria nani sasa mwenye sasa atatusaidia kwa Football Kenya Federation? Because wachezaji wanateseka huku nje, ma coaches, ma players, ma referees wanateseka wote.
Yeah, so for me, I really don't know who will win, but what I'm saying is that anybody that is not Nick Mwenda or anybody that is supported by Nick Mwenda, I think Nick Mwenda is supporting someone, right? They're fronted.
Yeah, hii deputy wake yule anaitwa Doris, ndiye sasa anaitisha president, na Nick Mwenda akuwe vice.
Yeah, that combination should not be anywhere near to the Football Federation because they have really spoiled it. So giving them another chance is like not learning nothing. So we wait and see how the elections will go on Saturday, But I really hope that the outfit of Nick Mwenda and his and Doris should not be anywhere close to getting the elections.
Yes, Kilomba anasema kwamba huyo Doris pia Nick Mwendo waende tu nyumbani. Zalendo, wewe unafikiria nani anaweza kuwa president mzuri wa FKF? Maana wachezaji, marefari, watu wengi sana wanateseka pale kutoka the top management to the bottom. You see clubs struggling, the likes of Zoya Sugar. You know what happened in the Zoya Sugar, Mara Sugar. We have Kariobangi Sharks, Madara United. You know, who do you think is the best person to change our football in this country? Because from the Football Kenya Federation, that is where we are going to heal.
What is happening in our football is that yes, we have had a very, very, very big problem in the management of soccer. Just the same way we have had a problem in the management of our politics. But I don't want to dismiss Nick Mwenda completely because he has got some of his achievements, like Harambee Stars winning, Harambee Stars participating in AFCON after so many years. Yeah, it is Nick Mwendo who brought back Harambee Stars to participate in AFCON. The women side have also improved drastically under his watch. So he has got some kind of achievements that he has done with the junior teams that represents the country. So that is an achievement. But by and large, he should have done better as the president of the federation. But the candidates who have presented themselves, candidates like Hussein Mohammed, I don't know how old you people are, but there was a tournament called Super 8. Who remembers the Super 8 tournament?
Ya kitambo.
Nobody. I think you guys were not born yet. The Super 8 tournament was organized by Hussein Mohammed that brought in the junior clubs and teams throughout the country. And it was one of the most successful tournaments in the history of Kenya. So for a very long time, I have rooted for Hussein Mohammed to participate in the elections of FKF, but most of the times he has shied away from getting into the politics of football. But this time round, I think he's been convinced that he can make a difference. But the other candidates are also equally very, very good. They are exposed. Like Kempes is very, very exposed. He's somebody who is interacted with the league, played in that league, has got also professional has also a professional connection to running and management of the game. And apart from that, he's exposed. He's living somewhere in Europe, and you have seen how the league is run in Europe. But the combination of Hussein Mohammed and Mariga bring in some vibrance. The only good part I can tell you is that Hussein Mohammed will actually revamp football in Kenya, and football needs somebody with a marketing mentality. That's the guy we need at the top of that seat. Somebody who will bring back people to the stadium, because soccer is run with revenues, and this kind of revenue has been lacking with most of the teams. running a soccer club is one of the most difficult things. So, Boni, even when I talk about matters football, remember I played uh, under KFF. I played in that particular league. I have participated in most of the tournaments, and I am a registered member or a delegate then to vote for a candidate in Kenya. Unfortunately, they will not get my vote. I gave my position to somebody else who is in the country to vote. So football matters is very, very difficult and complicated in Kenya. I know many viewers, or even if I ask among you panelists, do you know how the elections in FKF is conducted? Some people will tell you they think that people just walk in and vote. No, the FKF election is so is conducted by clubs that are registered within FKF. Now, these clubs, each and every club represents from all the regions in Kenya, branches. They call them branches. Those branches, they are the ones who are going to provide the delegates who are going to vote on 7th for the president. So some of them, like right now, by if 7th is on a weekend, I can tell you you need a lot of money. Most of those delegates are bought, and that is the reason why our football goes down each and every time. Those delegates are bought, and they are bought with a lot of money. To out of some to 1 million to even half a million to sell your loyalty. So they will, if Mwendo has got his delegates already, they will be hauled up in an hotel in Mombasa or somewhere and come the very day of election. Their phones confiscated and everything confiscated. It is like a mafia kind of thing when it comes to the election of the FKF president. It is not like your normal rigging that goes on. It is something that it's like a matter of life and death. So we hope that things are going to change in FKF, but I would have wanted that this election to be more transparent, more open, so that people can see uh, the debates uh, among these people who want to run football. Some of them have got no experience at all in the management of football, but yet they want to be in that particular position. So the candidates who have presented themselves up there, they are good, and we hope that they will change uh, football once and for all. So if our football changes and the league becomes competitive, this is what you expect in the FIFA rankings. You know, we have moved a step below even Tanzania, a team that we are ahead of. So in the FIFA ranking, Arambe Stars right now we are down. So when your team is down, when the ranking of soccer is down in your country, you cannot sell a good player to Arsenal. You cannot get good friendly matches with big teams. Yeah, you cannot get a friendly match with a team like Argentina or France or even England. So you are still underrated in terms of playing the big boys. So this is why we need to work on our grassroots football and ensure that football is in schools. I think in schools is the best place to start football because they have got the infrastructure. Each and every high school at least has got a playing ground. Each and every primary school has got a playing ground. If football, if sports can be made compulsory, then you will see that our sports not only improves in football but in all other disciplines throughout the country. just like we have the national soccer ball games, attracting many viewers, many sports enthusiasts. We want many people to go to the stadium, and not a league that is just dominated by one club called Gor Mahia. We want a league that is competitive, that we have people have got fans that go to the stadium to watch their clubs, and a league that is enticed by good marketing, even incentives to go to the stadium to watch the games. Thank you.
Mzalendo anasema Kenya iko na shida mingi, but of course Kenya, we have not been having that consistency when it comes to playing for this international competition, the likes of CHAN, AFCON, World Cup. You have never qualified for World Cup. The other day it's only a junior under 17 women team that qualified for the FIFA Dominican Republic, and they went there. They won one match, and that was a historical moment for Kenyan women. So I think Kenyans want to see their team, Harambee Stars, over 50 million. Does it mean that we don't have people who can feature in World Cup? Does it mean that we don't have talents who can play in the FIFA World Cup? 50 million is a very big number of people. I think we are big than not South Africa, but we are big than other countries that play for World Cup. The likes of Mali, Senegal, you know, even if they have talents, they have best ways to nurture their talents. So does it mean that Kenya cannot produce the best talents to play in World Cup? I want to hear our national anthem playing in the World Cup. The next time we are playing World Cup is South America. So I think we should get those players. But that one start from the Football Kenya Federation. Again, we are having problems with the athletics Kenya, that is the AK. And I was speaking to some of the athletes yesterday, and they told me that when they went to Paris Olympics 2024 camping in Miramas, they were not allowed to get into the training because there were chosen athletes who were to train in Miramas. And yet the media was told that our athletes went to Miramas to train 2 weeks before the start of the Paris Olympics. So we have problems even in the athletics Kenya. Also, they told me that sponsorship that are happening in this country, they only given to the selective athletes. One of the athletes asked me, why do they give Ferdinand Omanyala scholarship? Why do they give Faith Kipyegon scholarship? Why do they give Eliud Kipchoge scholarship? For what? That is someone who has already established himself as himself in this athletics and also in the whole world. So just asking Zekilong. Zekilong, of course, I know you understand all those things. Do you think even our athletics, Kenya, is having problems? Do you support a situation whereby Kipchoge is being given a scholarship? Do you think that he really deserves a scholarship? Faith Kipyegon too.
A scholarship to do what again, or is it endorsements?
Or this scholarship, when they get this scholarship, they go for example, Betika, they give athletics scholarship. For example, Odibets, they also give athletes. So, for example, you saw the other day that there was a certain guy. I'm trying to forget the name, but he's from Masai who was given scholarship to go and train in USA by one of the companies in USA so that he can prepare for the world athletics still. So this scholarship they are given to go and advance your studies. So you are fully sponsored by any organization. So some of the athletes are now complaining that they are not given this scholarship to go and study in abroad, and also to whenever you have anything, for example, this individual competition, you go there.
Yeah, I think that's how unfair the world is. If you are best at something, people will want to be associated with you, and you will receive free stuff. So just how the world works, because if you see these top athletes, they are endorsed by multiple companies, because uh, each company wants to be associated with them. So it's not really of overlooking the other small fish in the athletic side. So it's just unfaithful that people always want to be associated with the big names, with successful people, and they would want it to be as a marketing gimmick of sorts.
Yes, Alex, do you support that the top athletes we have in this country should be given scholarship, or we should go to those who are in the grassroots?
What I can say first of all is that there is a lot of talent in the country, in all the 47 counties, and that talent should be raised. On the issue to do with athletics, you see, Bonnie, if you met me 20 or 10, 15 years ago, tulikuwa tunajua ni wakale pekee ndio wanakimbia. But from what you have seen from the previous Olympics, you have seen anyone can run from anywhere. So that shows like there is a lot of talent in running more. So the long races, huku Kenya. So it's talent that needs to be nurtured. It needs to be brought about. We need to take care of our talents for them to grow. And the issue with scholarships, as Kelong has said, we're living in an unfair world. But I believe, Bonnie, with the right leadership and the right policies, we can try to effect some changes in the country. And then you have also said about something, Kenya being a country of 50 billion, and you cannot qualify for World Cup. So I don't think the numbers game really is of effect when it comes to soccer or anything. Because you see a country like Croatia. Croatia is a country that it's a small country, doesn't have like many numbers. The like Kenya here 50 or Nigeria 200 million. But we have seen what they have done in the previous two World Cups. One, they reached the semi, the other, they reached the final. So it shows that it's just about nurturing the talent. And with Croatia, they don't have the biggest superstars, but they have structures, they have gameplay, and they have a system that works that gets the best out of the players. So that's what we even need here in Kenya. We need a system that gets the best out of athletes so that we can bring more athletes to come and run, because you have seen people can run from anywhere, whether you're from Nyanza, Western Coast, or anywhere. People can run. So that means we have to nurture talent. And if we don't nurture, they will go to run for countries like Bahrain and the other likes, where they will make a lot of money. And that's why you find even Bonnie, we don't really get to reach the most number of medals. Okay, we do well compared to African countries, but we can do better. So it shows we need the systems that work, that get the best out of our players. And your issue, your scholarship, we live in an unfair world, unfortunately. Thank you.
Yes, we're living in a very difficult world where there is no room for those who are soft. So, Mzalendo, we are getting some of the top athletes in this country, the likes of Faith Kipyegon, Kipchoge, Eliud Kipchoge being given a scholarship, and yet those who are in the grassroots, they don't have even training kits. Do you think our athletics Kenya is having problems too, the same way we have in the Football Kenya Federation?
I mean, it all goes back to management of sports. I said there is a lot to learn about sports management. It's not something that you just walk in because I've been running and I can manage these activities because I've been a runner. Just like football, the fact that you've been playing football does not make you a good manager. Some of these skills you have to learn them. You have to learn them in college, like management course. So if you've not done management, then it's a problem. So this is the reason why we have problems in various fields or in various sports discipline. If you go to tennis, it is the same thing. If you go to rugby, our rugby has gone down. So we as a country need to look at sports management. So sports management is a different thing all together. It needs somebody who has gone to school, learned about sports management, and it's not any other management. It's not like managing a factory. This is managing sports, understanding the concept and understanding the business of sports. Sports is one of the biggest earners. It is one also another way of employment. Now, how does the government needs to come in and sports and sponsor sports programs, programs that can bring employment to the youth. There's no point of spending millions of shillings or each and every Sunday contributing 5 million, 7 million, 30 million to churches. This money can be used to build stadiums, small playing fields for our children, recover the lost grounds where children used to play in the estates. If you can't recover these small little things that I'm telling you, then we are going to have a problem. So management needs somebody who has gone for a management course, so to run whether it is athletics or soccer. On the issue of scholarships, you only give scholarship to somebody who has applied for a scholarship. You don't uh, you don't give scholarship to somebody who has not applied for a scholarship. Sports scholarships are everywhere. You can go to the internet. It is just our people lack information. There is a lot of information out there on the internet that if you want to participate in some of these meets, you just enroll yourself on the net. But the athletic Federation of Kenya needs to be having a workshop with athletes, tell them about the opportunities that are available and why they are giving Omanyala a scholarship and not other athletes. So these are issues of transparency and accountability that most of Kenyans are suffering from. So when it comes to accountability, we need accountability in everything that is being done, especially activities that are being run by taxpayers' money. Otherwise, thank you.
Yes, accountability in everything, especially when we have our top management, so that it cannot affect our small things that are happening here, where players are not getting quality treatment. A lot of things. Football Kenya Federation, I'm still waiting to see who is going to get into this management, and is he going to deliver? Because we have a lot of things, and we also have a lot of missions that are not completed in this country. So we are waiting to see who is going to get in, either our top preferences or anyone else will get into this, because the election is going to be determined by the delegates who were voted there the other day during the county elections. So leaving alone on that, we also have the European football, what is happening. And this week we saw Liverpool being stunned by, of course, Real Madrid being defeated by Liverpool at Anfield. We also saw Bayern Munich, Borussia Dortmund, also Aston Villa. Hey, I saw the game between Madrid and Liverpool. I just want to ask Kilong. Kilong, what do you think is happening in Madrid, by the way? Because Carlo Ancelotti said that they will be in the final. Do you support his words?
It's hard to tell right now based on how they are playing. They're especially in the UEFA Champions League. We know Real Madrid is a powerhouse, but now during the group stages, they are facing tough fixtures, and I think they're currently number 24 or number 23 with PSG down there, and it's getting tough for them. They are, the new format is they're struggling with it, but we all know what Real Madrid is capable of doing. So I think what Carlo Ancelotti is trying is to first qualify, then during the knockout stages is when they will step up the game. But currently, as they are playing, they are really not looking a good side. But we all know what Real Madrid does in the Champions League because of the past experience. But all the same, they have not been doing good, and I know they will struggle. But we wait to see the coming 3 games. I think 3 games are remaining, and if they qualify, I know they will pull up their socks in the knockout stages.
Yes, that is Real Madrid. They are struggling in the UEFA Champions League new format under Carlo Ancelotti, and we also have a lot of criticism that are happening for the Kylian Mbappe who came from PSG, and a lot of people had expectation for Mbappe when he lands in the Santiago Bernabeu, but still he has not even gelled with the other players. But he's still scoring. Yesterday he scored 1 goal. He missed some clear chances there. But Alex, can you comment something about the Los Blancos?
So what they're experiencing is there is something, Bonnie. If you check the patterns of football, you'll notice that sometimes, not all the time, sometimes you find that after having a stellar season where you won trophies, the next one you always find yourself having a little drop. From what you're seeing from City, from last season, won the Premier League. This season they are experiencing a drop in form. So even what you're seeing from Madrid, last season they won the Champions League and also the league. So this season they're having a slightly drop. Same thing with Leverkusen. Last season they were unbeaten, went all the way, only lost 1 game in the UEFA Europa League final. It was against Atalanta. This season, you see where they are. They're experiencing a drop. So it doesn't necessarily happen every time, but sometimes if you check those patterns, they happen in football. So that's what Madrid are experiencing. And also, Boni, with no offense to Carlo Ancelotti, I think he's a great manager, one of the greatest. He will be remembered. But I think his time at Madrid is done. I don't really see him, Boni, as a tactician who has tactics, has a style of play implementing like the one, let's say, we're seeing from Ancelotti or Renzo Maresca. I think with Ancelotti, he's just a guy who scores on flukes, yani yo bahatisha. Like if you watch the Madrid game with Man City, I think 2 years ago, the one which they won at the Bernabeu, it was just a fluke. Walibahatisha with the last kicks of the game, and they used the intensity of the fans. So Ancelotti is a factor for Madrid having a drop in form. He's just lucky that in Madrid there is a club heritage. So they always win, whether they have the top class manager or an average manager. They always win because they have that club heritage. But so I think for Madrid, they have a nice squad. I'd say they have one of the best uh, squads in Europe. They have Kylian Mbappe, who is potentially or arguably the best player of this generation. They have Vinicius Junior. They have the likes of this guy from Brazil. I've forgotten his name, but he plays for Brazil on the
Rodrigo.
yeah, Rodrigo. Yes, they have Rodrigo, and they have the likes of Enrique, and those guys are good players who can get double figures in terms of goals and assists. So, but I believe for Madrid right now, they just need a change. They need to bring a different coach. They'll have a manager bounce, and from there on, they can pick up and rise to where they belong. But as we know, in the Champions League, they don't really have to be at their best because it's just a matter of winning games. So in the Champions League, they'll still be a very tough side to face because we all know in the Champions League it just needs you to turn up. It just needs you to turn up and win the game, and they have done it many times. So that's why they won they have won that competition many times. But for the league, it doesn't need you to turn up. It needs you to put in consistent performance. So I think they in the league they have no chance, but in the Champions League they might have a chance.
I disagree. I totally disagree with what he said about in the league, because they only have one difference with the Catalans, and of course, Mzalendo. What do you have to say about the? I know you don't watch Spanish La Liga, but I know you understand what is happening in the La Liga. You only watch Arsenal. Of course, I know you only watch Arsenal team. So comment something about the Real Madrid struggling in the Champions League, and of course, they give the best performance over there.
I don't know why you are saying Real Madrid is struggling in the league. The Spanish La Liga is a very competitive league. It is a very fast-paced league, and
No,
uh, maybe if you check where Real Madrid is in the league, then you can know where they stand. Barcelona, of
but
course,
Alex
is
is the
ahead
one who
of.
said that they are not able to win the league this season. So I gave him they only have 1 point difference with
I
the Barcelona.
I have told you, that the Spanish league is very, very competitive. Maybe what Alex was referring to in the international tournaments like the UEFA Champions League, they could appear that they are struggling in the Champions League, but that not guarantee that Real Madrid will not qualify to be either in the semis or in the quarters. So Real Madrid could be struggling uh, in the championships, but domestically, I think they are performing much better than other teams in that league. The only problem that they are having is Barcelona now. Barcelona beat them, and it has always been rotational like that. Barcelona will beat them this season. Next time they are beating Barcelona, or in the return match they are beating Barcelona. So this is a league of champions. This is a league that is dominated by two clubs, Barcelona and Real Madrid. If you see Barcelona on top of the league, it is just maybe for a moment. Then you'll see again Real Madrid on top of the league. But if Real Madrid was number 5 in the league, then we will say that they are really, really struggling this season. But they are just number 2, 1 point away from Barcelona. So, Alex, I wouldn't say that they are struggling domestically. Internationally, they could have lost 1 or 2 matches, but in the major tournaments, they have also lost to Barcelona. Uh, they lost the big cup. I've forgotten the name of that tournament that is played between Barcelona and Real Madrid in Spain. So they lost that one to Barcelona. So they keep on rotating like that. So this time
Copa
round
del
they
Rey.
have got a good score. It's not Cop. It's not. Yeah, it's called Copa del Rey. Yeah, it's called
Yeah,
Copa del
Copa del
Rey.
Rey.
So when Barcelona wins Copa del Rey this season, the next season expects that Real Madrid can also win it. But interestingly, they also had over the weekend they had the ex-players, former players of Barcelona and Real Madrid participating on a charity match. That was a very interesting match to watch. Ronaldinho scoring a hat-trick once again. So I mean, the gelling of Real Madrid with Mbappe coming in from Paris Saint-Germain, it means that they have got one of the best strikers on their side, and Rodrigo is also very, very, very good. So we have Real Madrid is complete. It is a team that can turn around a game very, very easily. So we have got many matches to go. So I urge Real Madrid fans not to give up hope on their team. It is too early to give up on hope on Real Madrid.
Yes, Real Madrid. I think they're doing a good job. But the only person I appreciate in the Madrid squad is Santiago. Santiago is one of the best players I know from Uruguay, and he's the best. He plays at any position. By the way, Santiago Verde Valverde he plays kila position yani. Ile siku atakuja Chelsea huyu kijana anavurutanga makombora. I think he plays a good game. So I appreciate the Valverde for what he does there in the Santiago Bernabeu. That is all about Spanish. But anyway, as we chip into this Premier League, I just want Kilongo to comment something about Man City. What do you think is happening at the Etihad Stadium?
To be honest, Pep ameshikwa sasa. It's all going wrong for him. I think the squad that he's working with right now is getting a little bit old. The best player, Rodri, after he got the injury, then that's when Man City downfall began, and they really have no anybody to cover that position. Kovacic tried a bit, and also he got some injury. Then at the back line, they've been poor. I don't know what's wrong. It seems that the whole back line is slipping. Then in the front line, there's no creativity. De Bruyne was recovering from an injury, but I think De Bruyne's time is finished. He's washed at the moment, and he should now start learning Arabic because next season he should be going to Saudi Arabia to go and play football over there. So Man City is struggling currently, and I don't see a way back unless Pep comes up with something new because as of now, I watched yesterday's game between Liverpool and Man City, and Man City were really bland. They had no, they had no agility. They were not sharp in the front line. They never created anything that was mesmerizing or that was a wow factor. So they are struggling, and it's interesting because we know how Man City have dominated the EPL for the past 7 years. They have won 6 out of 7 leagues. So I think everyone is now relieved that finally they are they are playing badly, and now it's a chance for other teams to step up. And we see now that Liverpool is really stepping it up, and they're now 11 points ahead of Man City and 9 points ahead of the second team, which is Chelsea and Arsenal. So for now, Man City is struggling, and I think they need to rebuild as well because the young players that they have, I see it's Savinho and Doku, and we have Oscar Bob. I'm not sure if he became back from injury, and the rest of the team. I think now Man City is regretting because of selling Cole Palmer. Imagine now if Cole Palmer could be playing, he'd be the creator in that team because now Kevin De Bruyne is injury prone and has lost his mojo. So for me, I think Man City is due for a rebuild, and we wait to see if Pep will be the one to rebuild the team or they will get someone else. So that's my take on Man City.
Yes, that is a long take on Man City struggling in the Premier League after they dominated it for the last 8 years. Dominic, my brother is here. Dominic, which team do you support in the Premier League? That is the English Premier League.
Thanks, my brother, for accepting my request. I'm supporting the Manchester United. We are coming now. I think now we are building the team. I think we have been missing in the hackathon. Now I think we are heading the right direction. So saa hii mimi najua timu iko sawa, tumejipanga, tunangoja hiyo Arsenal Wednesday. By the way, we are waiting Arsenal. Hata many people will shock for sure. Hiyo Arsenal tunaingoja Wednesday.
Mtalimba Arsenal.
Exactly.
Na kinahappen pale Man City, ulichukulia ukaona vile Pep Guardiola na timu yake ya Man City vile inateseka. Unafikiri shida ni gani pale katika Manchester City?
Pale katika Manchester City, shida yenye kwa Manchester City saa hii, hao majamaa wako pale bwana, ni wasee, mtu kama De Bruyne. Pale katikati hakuna, imeharibika. Na kitu yenye Man City walifanya makosa ni kuuza Palmer. Hawakujua ni nini naenda ku happen next. Palmer angekuwa pale, angekuwa machine. Angekuwa hiyo namba ya De Bruyne angesaidia hapo. Sasa unaniambia wanarudisha Gundogan kutoka Barcelona, huyo ni mzee. Hiyo timu saa hii I think itarudi penye nafaa kukaa. Imedominate kwa ligi miaka mingi sana. Hiyo miaka 7 wamechukua hizo vikombe, wanafaa warudi pale nyuma sasa, hata sisi tuamke. Kama kuna timu nayo nasikianga uchungu sana, of course I don't support Arsenal. Arsenal wao ni kama sometimes naonanga ni kama kuwatch series. Arsenal kila season inawika. Ikifika pale mbele sijui what nini inakuwa ina happen. Wanaachilia kikombe tu inaenda hivyo. You see? Sasa timu kama Liverpool naesaona au majamaa wako serious. Liverpool iko serious na kikombe. Lakini si Arsenal. Arsenal even Chelsea are team to watch. Hata wao wafai kuwekwa chini. Chelsea is a team to watch. This season au majamaa wameamka, lakini Arsenal weka X. Arsenal hawako, hao ni kama kuwatch series. Wanakuchanga na moto kama ile ya makaratasi inawaka pa inapotea. Lakini Liverpool, Chelsea, those two teams we have to watch them. Thanks my brother.
Ule ni shabiki wa Manchester United anasumbua sana. Dominic anasema wanangoja Arsenal siku ya Jumatano. Arsenal, Manchester United after Ruben Amorim came there. Tunaona sasa wameanza kupufuka baada ya kutoka draw na Ipswich Town. Wakakuja pale wakapiga timu nyingine pale katika Europa. Juzi jana wamepiga Everton 4. Ndio maana unaona sasa Dominic anasema sasa wameamka. Mzalendo, unafikiri shida ni gani pale Man City? Maana Pep Guardiola anasumbuka sana.
Okay, Man City ile shida iko pale ni kwanza Pep Guardiola ako na shida na injury. Squad yake haiko tiba kabisa. Midfield, unajua engine ya Manchester City ni the midfield. If hawako na midfielder ule wa De Bruyne kama yuko karibu, amekuwa na injury mingi sana. Na again Man City imekuwa ikishinda mechi mingi sana. Man City imekuwa ikishinda mechi mingi sana. Na kwa hizo na timu mingi sana zikikutana na Man City wanaisoma kwa makini au hii team ya Guardiola wanacheza na vile wanaweza kabiliana nayo. So it is always a team to beat. So by and large they are struggling this season and they have lost. Kwanza hiyo game walicheza ya Champions League wakicheza na Ferdinand, I think or they lost an opportunity because they were at least 2 goals or 3 goals up, na wakaenda wakawachilia hiyo 3 goals lead. So that tells you defensively Man City is not doing so well defensively. Ukiona team ina concede mabao, it is either the mid defense is not doing well or the back 3 are not performing well. So they have a problem in their defense. So that defense needs to be worked on. and that is the only way that they can get their act together once again. But by and large, it is not a team to watch this season. The league will be determined by either Arsenal or Liverpool. Hizi zingine ni kelele tu.
Arsenal ni maembe bwana.
Sasa watu wale unajua ukiongea juu Arsenal ni maembe, unaniambia timu yangu ni Liverpool na tuko on top of the league. Sasa vile wewe umesema wewe Arsenal ni maembe, sema timu yako ni gani?
Timu yako ni gani?
Na mko na mangapi kwa league?
Haijalishi, lakini tunakuja.
Ligi, mwisho wa ligi unajua ligi ikiisha saa hii itakuwa inasemwa timu number 1 ilikuwa ni Liverpool, number 2 ilikuwa ni Arsenal. So nyinyi mtakuwa mnasema
Chelsea, not Arsenal,
ni namba ngapi?
Arsenal iko number 3.
Hii ni ligi gani mnaangalia? Table gani hii mnaangalia? So mnipatie hiyo table.
Arsenal is above Chelsea on alphabet.
Mzalendo, tunafuatilia table kila siku.
Kitu Arsenal imeshinda Chelsea.
Unafuatilia table kila siku. Sasa team gani ndio number 2?
Chelsea.
Arsenal iko number 2 because of goals.
Not goals, alphabet.
Not alphabetical, not goals. Alphabetical.
Rudia tena, timu gani iko number 2?
Arsenal.
Whether it is alphabet, whether it is tossing the coin, we are still number 2. Timu gani number 3? Ni Chelsea. So na tumecheza na Chelsea. Tumecheza na Chelsea this season.
Yes.
Ndio. Ilikuwa ngapi?
Moja.
Ilitoka na tulikuwa wapi?
The bridge.
Haijalishi mahali mlikuwa.
Bas, mnakuja
mnapatia Mzalendo kichwa. Hakuna kichwa.
Mnakuja
ina botro. Mimi sipatie kichwa Mzalendo. Mnakuja
kuchinjwa.
Wapi?
You are coming to Emirates.
Chelsea.
So
Chelsea imemalizana na timu kubwa zote.
Ati Chelsea imemalizana na timu kubwa. Wamemalizana na Arsenal.
First leg, yes.
Round 1.
Hamjamalizana bwana, mmemalizana na Liverpool. Mmemalizana na Liverpool.
First leg.
Wacheni ongeeni ni kama wacheni kuongea kama mnaogopa. You are a good side now. Mmemalizana na Liverpool.
Mimi siwezi ogopa pale Arsenal. Sasa niogope nini? Hakuna first leg yote Man U, Chelsea, Man City zimepatana.
I told you, nilikwambia in the beginning of this analysis, I told you that Chelsea is building a team. And they are building a good side. They have spent a lot of money, and right now they want to show the results. So next season, Chelsea will be a side to watch. Next season, nakwambia Chelsea. You see, unajua unajua ni kama boni ni kupatia milioni 1 saa hii. Wewe kwanza utaruka akili, utanunua kila kitu ile, yani ile hata uhitaji. Unaweza nunua sabuni mara 3, unajua? Unaweza nunua sabuni mara 3, mafuta mara 4. Ni vitu zile uhitaji. Kama ulikuwa unatumia 1, sasa unataka kutumia 6. So Chelsea walikuwa hivyo, wamenunua ma players, duplicated players many times, very good players, but again wamekuwa na injury. Kama ule Nkunku, anaitwa Nkunku, mnamuita Nkunku, huyo jamaa ni mzuri sana na hajacheza kabisa, amekuwa na injury. So siku ile ataingia kwa field, mtaona game imebadilika tena sana ya Chelsea. It will be a very hard team to
I think
Yep.
Zalendo, you have missed. Nkunku was injured last season. This season is Chelsea's top scorer in all competitions, and he has more goals than Arsenal's forwards in all competitions, despite
Sasa
not playing so much in the league.
sasa sikiza,
If I'm lying,
sasa
Kelong,
sunaona
Kelong
unaona
sema kama nadanganya.
That is true.
nimewambia last season mlikuwa na Nkuku walikuwa na injury, so saizi vile amerudi, umeona timu imebadilika, timu inabadilika jua player ule mzuri kama huyo alikuwa ako bench, ndio maana mko mnamuona. So
Hapo
this season
hapo na
this
support
season the only
Mzalendo.
come this season the only comebacks mtaona sana ni hao maplayers wa Chelsea, hamkuwaona ile season nyingine, but by and large vile tu Alekia amesema mko sawa, lakini bado you are not playing fluid football. Mbele ya goal one on one, chances zile Chelsea inapoteza ni mingi sana. Hizo chances Arsenal ingekuwa zinazipata ni mabao tu, unanielewa? So
Shida hata
kama
Arsenal
mtakuwa
haiwezi create hizo chances. That's the difference between
no, the
Chelsea and
difference
Arsenal.
is that
Chelsea,
sisi
we create
we
goals,
we
create.
create fewer chances but we convert them, unaona?
Kelong,
So
No, you
mtacheza na
create
sisi
corners and score
listen,
corners. That's the only creation you do.
Lakini unataka
no,
kutuhusia Dungungu.
wewe mki create chances 10 kwa game na mfunge mbili, na sisi tu create chances 3 na tufunge zote, nani ndiye at the
Sasa
end of the game atapata point 3?
unaona,
I think
sasa
our
shida
issue
ni
is to do with
kwamba
defending. It's more of defending. Defense yetu ndio it's leaking goals, but attacking iko sawa because ukiona watu kama kina Nicolas
So
Jackson
if
on
you are
fire.
yeah, that is the thing. If you look head to head between Arsenal and Chelsea defensively, hebu niambie mko sawa kutushinda
Arsenal
defensively?
have the best defense.
yeah.
Bas hapo tumemaliza. Hapo
Mzalendo,
Let me
hebu
comment
tulia
on that.
kidogo ajibu.
Kelong kidogo, ndakuachia nafasi, ndakuachia defensively, hapo tumewashinda.
100%.
Haya, 100% tumewashinda. Kelong
How?
sema.
Currently, Chelsea has conceded 14 goals in the Premier League. Arsenal, with their so-called best defense, have also conceded 14 goals. So tell me, how is it the best defense? And they are conceding the same number. They're shipping the same amount of goals as Chelsea. So we are equally the same. As it stands now, we are balanced in all metrics because goals we are scoring, we have scored 26. You also have scored 26. The goals we have conceded are 14. You have also conceded 14 goals with your so-called experienced defense. So it shows we are on the same level. You're not anywhere above us, and yet we are the youngest team in EPL. So we have room for improvement.
Yes, you have room for improvement. Zalendo, unasikia hiyo? Unasemaje Dominic, unasemaje? Unaonaje hiyo timu ya kikosi ya Chelsea? Dominic
Dominic
amepotea, lakini hiyo Manchester
Zalendo
yake
pia
kidogo ina
Zalendo pia aache kuongea sana hapa juu ya Arsenal na watu wako level moja.
Yeah.
Kilongo, unafikiri sasa Amorim sasa atabadilisha pale Old Trafford?
Itakuwa ngumu. Shida sio Amorim, shida hata mkileta nani, shida ni Manchester, how it's run, their football philosophy, it's old age. So for me, Amorim is having a purple patch because he's faced young teams or not good teams. I would call it. Everton is a team you can score any amount of goal you would want. The real test comes from Wednesday, where they'll be facing Arsenal. On Sunday, they'll face Nottingham Forest. The other week they'll face Man City. Let's see how Amorim will perform those 3 games. Then we can judge if he's at all a good coach, or is just among the 10 coaches that Manchester have had that were that have not performed.
Can I interject? No. My brother.
Alex Ferguson.
Clong. No. How should you say if Amlon is among 10 coaches? How now? My friend Amlon, Liverpool ilikuwa inamtaka. Akakataa. Alikuwa akuja kusucceed Guardiola. Akakataa. But akasema the opportunity imekuja kutoka the biggest team in the world, my brother. Clone. You cannot compare Manchester United with Arsenal, Chelsea, Man City. We are competing with Liverpool. Those are the only 2 teams.
The last time Arsenal, Manchester United won the Premier
2012, 2013.
Is him 2012 ameingia high school?
No, 2012, 2013.
Ametoka jela.
No, Mr. Clone. Arsenal last won 2003, 2004. It almost.
I said Arsenal is a finished club. Don't even talk about it. You are heading there. Arsenal and Manchester United are brothers.
Yeah.
Now,
Arsenal is the elder brother. Manchester United is the smaller brother because
no.
The only difference is Arsenal wanaweka bidii na waendi mahali na United yeki bidii. That's the only difference.
No, exactly. The only thing you should Clone. Manchester United nataka watch the game on Wednesday.
Sure.
By this is the only coach I've seen in anayesaleta mabadiliko pale Manchester United. Ten Hag alikuwa ameharibu hii club. Niambie alikuwa anaweka mtu kama Amad Diallo nje. For no reason. Unaangalia vile yule boy anacheza. Ameonyesha ukweli alikuwa
he has only faced Everton. You cannot compare a player after playing Everton. That's like
the boy has been playing. Angalia kutoka Europa League penye alianza kucheza. The boy is playing. Sincerely.
Okay, so I think we'll take a good analysis of Amorim when he faces the 3 teams that I have mentioned. Arsenal,
Man City tunaipiga.
Nottingham Forest on Sunday. And next Saturday, Man City.
Nottingham Forest.
If he wins those 3 teams, then there's hope for Amorim.
A quarter point. Maybe washinde jana.
Mr. Pony, the only team I fear. The only team I fear. The only team I fear is only Arsenal. Man City nitaitwanga, I'm telling you. Even Nottingham Forest nitaipiga. Lakini Arsenal nikitoka na wao Roma ni wachapa well and good.
Una wewe, Dominic unamjua kocha wa Nottingham Forest kweli?
Huyo unampiga. Nottingham Forest hajaipiga Manchester United, my brother. Anaipiga.
No, as Esperanto. Unajua yeye.
Huyo unampiga akiwa Wolverhampton alinichapa mara moja. Huyo unampiga. Seriously.
Ashai kuchapa.
Kwanza hiyo timu ngumu ndio napenda.
Sawa, wacha tungoje. Naona mmepata mdomo sababu mmepiga Everton.
Bwana tumekuwa tukichapwa. Unajua watu wa Manchester tulijificha ndani ya majani chai bwana. Tumekuwa tukichapwa bwana mpaka unashinda kutoka kwa barabara. Mimi sikuwatch time ya Ten Hag mpira, nilikuwa napita kando.
But remember, Amorim is a young player. He's a young coach, 39 years old. So he's not really been tested apart from coaching Sporting.
He's the best
in Portugal. So it's like comparing Steven Gerrard was coaching Celtic, or was it Rangers in Scotland, and he was performing well. But when he came and coached Aston Villa, they saw how poor he was. So I think by how it looks is that Amorim needs to be given another team. He needs a rebuild, because most of the players that are in Manchester United cannot play the 3-4-3 formation that Amorim requires. And one of the requirements if you're playing that team, you have to be physically adept. You have to run and run. So the players like Casemiro, I don't know who's this guy who collapsed for Denmark. What is called Christensen. Those players, Bruno Fernandes cannot play in that system and succeed. So for him, Amorim needs a new overhaul of his team, that he can at least make Manchester United compete, because I know in the next few game weeks he will be exposed. His team will be exposed, and people will see that this team cannot play how Amorim wants, and that is when the pressure will kick in. And after few months, people will be saying Amorim must go.
My brother, let me assure you, people like Casemiro, Eriksson, those people are going. Next season, we won't see those people. We are building the team. People like Casemiro, Eriksson, Akina Maguire, those people, they will go. We want new blood now. We don't want old people.
Mtatoa wapi hao wachezaji mnataka mtatoa wapi?
Tunawaleta my friend, umeona Wikos, huyo jamaa wa Sporting amekataa Arsenal. Amesema I'm following my coach. You see? Wachezaji watakuja Manchester, my brother. Tunaenda kung'aa. Next season hiki kombe tunapepa. Hii season hatuwezi pepa, lakini top 4 tuko. Top 4 tuko.
Top 6.
Kwa mtapeleka na nani? Kwani mko na striker? Nani amenunulia striker wa kupeleka top 4?
My friend, tuko na strikers. Uliona hakuna player mwenye anatafunga bao kama ile ya ule jamaa Hoyland. Uliona pale mali alifungia? The best striker my brother.
Kijalazi akule mchele. Mtu anakula mchele alafu nasema ati akuje hapo. Si anakula mchele.
Uliona hiyo pale alifunga katikati ya madefender wakiwa wamelala. My friend.
Unajua Kilong amesema kitu ingine hapo. You know, there are some things that we need to do some fact checking.
Exactly.
Kilong tafadhali. Chelsea wameconcede bao ngapi this season?
The Premier League is 14 goals. I'm sure about that.
Chelsea this season wameconcede bao 57 goals.
No, in the Premier League. We are in the Premier League.
No,
57 goals.
I am talking about the game of football in soccer.
Yeah.
They have conceded, they have let in 57 goals. So ukianza kuambiaga watu kweli.
No, Mzalendo, please.
Lakini hiyo ni ukweli.
Please
57 goals in all tournaments they have conceded. Unajua, when we are talking about Chelsea, when we are talking about Chelsea, we are talking about tukiongea juu ya team tunaangalia in all tournaments wamekuwa wakicheza aje. Unaangalia team
sasa all tournaments, and we are only playing what do we call this? We are playing Conference League, and we have
mpaka yani sisi tunaangalia. Unajua, mimi nikiangalia team na iangalia mpaka friendly imecheza aje. Hata
statistics zako za friendly, watu friendly wanaendaka ku train bwana.
Wameconcede bao ngapi? Bao 57.
Precision watu wanaendaka ku train.
Sasa to concede 57 aje? How? I want you to tell me where you have gotten that shrewd statistic, because
I'm telling you that is from the Premier League analysis. The 2020 2025 season, 2025 to 2023 2024 season. They've conceded 57 goals. Mina the internet squeeze iko na hebu uliza tu enda tu kwa Premier League analysis. Enda kwa Premier League analysis. You will apologize to your viewers ukienda kwa analysis ya season, ya each season. You have conceded 57 goals. Arsenal 14.
How?
Muzarendo.
I am just telling you from what I've had. You want me to tell you each and every game. You have been inconsistent defensively. Defensively,
my
Chelsea
screen
has
we
been
confirm?
inconsistent.
Can I share my
Aya,
Kwa
you
screen?
Premier
drew
League
0-0
Chelsea
with
imeconcede
Arsenal.
14 goals. Kwa Premier League Chelsea imeconcede 14 goals. Lakini kwa all tournaments hiyo yenye umesema mpaka friendly, no friendly hatuwezi zileta hiyo kitu hapa bwana. Hata kama mimi si fan wa Chelsea.
Yeah.
Sijasema mambo ya friendly, nimesema mambo ya tournaments. Wameconcede bao ngapi?
Exactly. Tunataka kusema mpaka friendly si hapo.
Wewe unajua, when I analyze a team, unaona kama Chelsea, nimeuliza hao watu, nimeuliza mafans wa Chelsea. Chelsea ilichezaje na Arsenal?
Ilienda 1-1. We both conceded.
Angalia, hata mjui Chelsea ilichezaje na Arsenal. Na nyinyi ni mafans mabingwa wa Chelsea.
1-1. Tunasemaje utujui na tunakwambia
ilienda 1-1 ama hebu angalieni bwana, rudini wewe Boni, Chelsea ilichezaje na Arsenal?
Sasa tulishakwambia.
Ilienda 1-1 ama ilienda 0-0?
Ilienda 1-1. Wewe ndio ujui.
Kweli basi niko nyuma. Kweli ama niliwatch first half peke yake. Kama hiyo game haikuisha 0-0, I apologize. But mimi najua hiyo game ilisha.
Wacha kukuja hapo na tuambia. Tunajua mapati wa Arsenal mjuagi kitu. Tukuja hapo na fact bwana. Juu sasa hapa unaongea na watu wanajua ball.
Sasa wewe, sasa mimi naambia. Nimewaambia hasa Chelsea imeconcede bao ngapi? Bao 57.
How? Where?
Defensively?
No. Why season Chelsea imeconcede 14 goals? No.
Yeah. Please educate Mzalendo.
Mzalendo
No. Mzalendo hapana.
Aya kona ja.
Au Mzalendo hata kutudanganya.
Kona ja huyo.
Kai, hata nimestuka bwana. It's only 14 goals for Premier League.
Yeah, it's 14 goals. I don't know where he's getting 57. Yeah, but all the same, I think Arsenal fans are now deluded, and what I'm observing from Arsenal is that they have now their creative side comes from Odegaard. When they lose Odegaard, then they become an average team. So that's something to watch for a big team, because if you're already depending on one person, then when he's injured, then you're going to see bad things. And one of the things I know Arsenal is good at is the set piece goals. They have perfected that art whereby they bully the defense and let Gabriel to hang to come and score after they have bullied the other defenders. So for me, is that a sustainable way of winning games? I don't think so. That's not the type of game that can win you the Premier League if you're only dependent on one side of the game, on perfection on just one side. Also, I know that they are good defensively. That's something I can acknowledge, but they are not the best, because as we have seen, and facts talk for themselves, not fiction, that Mzalendo was giving to us earlier. So if you see how the goals they have conceded, that they're not the best defensive side. Liverpool actually is the team that has the best defense, because they've only conceded 8 goals. So Arsenal, the thing that I see is a problem for them is that they are only depending on one person. That's Odegaard. We saw when he was not there, Arsenal were not playing good football. But when he came, now he improved. He's now linking up well with Saka. And when Odegaard is playing well, or when Odegaard is a team, it makes Saka plays well. But if Odegaard is not there, then Saka is struggling and the rest of the team is struggling. That's all I can say about Arsenal.
Yes, unless Dominic, you have something to add on Arsenal.
My brother, I told you, I can't support Arsenal in any way. Hiyo timu ni timu inapeanga mtu alzas. Hiyo timu unaonanga venye na watching series. Arsenal inakuchanga na moto inapotea. So I don't think I will support Arsenal. But I talked about Chelsea. Lakini Arsenal, hata sioni kama wanaweza karibia hii kikombe. They are wasting time. Arteta atakuja kutoka Arsenal bila kikombe. And day. Asante.
Yeah, and remember Arsenal has had Arteta for 6 years. 6 years without any big cup. I know in a big team like Chelsea, you cannot survive. You cannot let a manager stay for 6 years without anything. Even if it becomes number two is not a lucrative position. It's meaning you're the first loser. So it's not something to be proud of. I think Arsenal is a small team, to be honest.
Yes, of course, Arsenal. We have some of the prediction here in Afriq 24 analysis about football matters. So every person here has his own club. That is why you are hearing Dominic saying that they are now back as Manchester United. You heard even Mzalendo here quitting, saying that Arsenal is the biggest club in the whole world. But of course, you have your choice to choose any club that you want to support. But here, just to ask Alex, what do you have to say about the Chelsea team?
So first of all, I can say Bonnie is Chelsea is on a trajectory, and the club is moving to where we were at under the Abramovich era. This is the most stable we have seen from Chelsea under this new management of Todd Boehly and Egbali. And what I can say is that we with this management, we want to achieve more than the previous one under Roman Abramovich. Because under Roman Abramovich, you'd find we weren't winning titles consistently, though we were winning titles. So under this management, we want to be like the next Man City. We also want to go on and win 6 Premier League titles. We had Champions League, we had trebles. So that's the goal. That's why we spent a billion pounds. So Enzo Maresca is overachieving at the moment, and I think he in a way Enzo Maresca underestimates himself because he's constantly saying we are not in the title race, we are not in the title race. If we say we are not in the title race, according to who? We should be in the title race. What we only need to do is to beat the big teams like Arsenal and Liverpool. Because what I can say, I won't give Enzo Maresca his flowers for is we haven't beaten any big side this season in the first leg. So we have to beat big sides. If we beat the likes of Liverpool and uh, Arsenal, Liverpool, not even City, City is in the mud. If we beat Liverpool or Arsenal, Body, then that now sets us to be in the title race. So we can't limit ourselves to say that we are not there. We take it game by game. If there is a chance for us to go and win it, we win it. But the goal is top 4. But if we have a chance of going to win the Premier League, we go for it. Go for the conference, we go for the FA. Because Chelsea is a big club, we need to win all of the trophies.
Yes, mzee Kilomo, unasemaje kuhusu Chelsea pale tukimalizia?
Yeah, I think I agree with what Alex has said, that Chelsea at the moment is overperforming, and this is all thanks to Maresca, because what we see from him is that, number one, he's very agile and can easily change his formation. Yesterday, against Aston Villa, can you imagine Caicedo started as a right back, and both Enzo Lavia and Caicedo played in the same game, and we see how good he is at analyzing other teams and playing to the strength of the players. And he also tries to try something new. That's something that other coaches cannot read into it, because we have a big squad that is talented, so he can try anything. So the good thing is he's not afraid of making decisions. He's not afraid of trying something new. He doesn't stick to only one thing. He iterates depending on on the game. So that's something good. And I was on Twitter, and people was saying that he's not a yes man. He takes those decisions without those controversial decisions without thinking of the consequences, or because remember he said that Sterling has no place in his team, and for sure Sterling had to be given to go on loan on Arsenal because he was not playing, and yet he's one of the highest earner in Chelsea, so he's not afraid of making such decisions, and yet he's just starting as a coach. He's not an experienced coach. He has only coached he was an assistant coach at Man City and coached Leicester, bringing them back to the EPL from the championship side. So I think what we are seeing from Chelsea now is amazing. And now, as Alex has said, we are in the most stable moment since Roman Abramovich, that is since 2021, and it's something good that, and all Chelsea fans are appreciating that, and we are happy with the position we are in. And now it's us to move forward, to build on what we have, to build on the on our strength, and see if we can compete. As Alexa said, if we start winning these big matches, then now we'll be in the contention for the EPL. But now we are okay with where we are, and we'll fight for top four as our main goal this season.
Yes, those are the Chelsea fans giving the analysis about Enzo Maresca and also the impact that he has brought in the Stamford Bridge. So we are having this show here as the post-match analysis, and of course, every Mondays we always have this Dimba Afriq. If you are following us here for the first time, remember to always subscribe to Afriq 24, because that is where you will get a lot of news, and also you get to talk with other Kenyans. So as we come to the end of the show, of course, we have had almost 1 hour and 40 minutes of the sports show. Alex, you can give us your closing remarks.
Thank you to you, Bonnie, for hosting us for this amazing show. I believe this show is very entertaining and educating. We learn a lot from each other. We get to see different perspectives of football, despite us not really agreeing on everything. And the funny part today is that tumesikia Chelsea may concede 57 goals. Which is very hilarious because we haven't even completed the first leg of the season and Shia conceded 57 goals. And thank you to wenye wana view this show from Facebook, X or YouTube. Tuna appreciate. Thank you to panelists kwa platform for making this show amazing. So we do it anytime, any day, any place. Thank you. You too.
Tukimalizia.
Yeah, thank you for hosting us, Bonnie. It was always entertaining. It's always nice being here with the top panelists coming and talk about the game we love, and that is football, among other sports. So looking forward to the Premier League games that are happening during the midweek. And I know next time we'll have a lot to talk about. Thank you for our listeners who are tuning in, and keep it at Afriq Dimba, African Monday edition. Thank you.
Oh, thank you so much, Mzee Kilongo. Thank you so much, Mzalendo, Dominic, and whoever joined the conversation since we started the show. Until we meet here, same place, same time, and keep safe wherever you are following Afriq 24. And cheers.